The requirement is that we all have to have a formalized customer due diligence program. Like I said, we don't really have a lot of guidance on what exactly they wanted us that to look like. I mean, there's a few things, and I've got some references to the exam manual, for instance, in your materials. But high level, you have to develop a customer risk profile. You have to have a program that's designed to, kind of keep up with your customers as they change over time. You have to analyze the information. You have to look out for triggers on when the customer's risk profile might change. And so, really, what does that look like in practice? Now, it could be you just write down all the stuff that your BSA group is doing, but that's not very helpful, right? Because you can only be in so many places at once. So yes, you'll want to incorporate your monitoring, and there's certain things that you might notice as part of your monitoring that might influence the customer risk profile. But the question is, what is the rest of your team doing? And are you formalizing those processes and getting credit for it? So, for instance, the vast majority of the information you're going to receive about all of your loan customers, those are going to be coming through the loan officers, right? And so, making sure that your program gets credit for the information that your loan officers are paying attention to. And if you take a look at the under letter C, there's a direct quote there that says the BSA officer, you can delegate certain duties, and part of your duty is to have this ongoing customer due diligence program. You still need to be responsible, but as long as you document who is responsible for gathering what types of information, and you incorporate them into the program, but then also make sure that these individuals are trained so that they know what to look for. That's how you get a gold star on your customer due diligence program. Now, granted, you're going to start with identifying who your teammates are, and again, these are non-BSA people, so some of them, there's a little finesse there to let them know that, look, you're going to have responsibilities as part of the BSA program. However, we're going to try not to move your cheese too much. Part of it might just be, okay, so what types of information are you gathering for certain types of customers? And then incorporating that into the procedures and saying, look, okay, for our loan customers, or for maybe some of our commercial loan customers, on an annual basis, we're going out and we're gathering this information and that information. And our loan officers have been trained to be on the lookout for changes in the customer risk profile. They're on the lookout for, any of these other triggers that might be out there. So like changes from a beneficial owner perspective, but you can formalize it that way and take advantage of the processes that are already in place. Okay, and so that way you can kind of flush out your program, and it's not just what is the BSA department doing. So taking a look at your team, we're going to be looking at your, frontline employees, right? Okay. So what is the type of information they'll be gathering? Now, it could be you've already got your teller, your frontline employees trained to take a look at a driver's license when they get it, and seeing if it's expired. Okay. Now, they are probably not thinking in terms of, well, is that CIP or customer due diligence, but it is part of your program, right? And it's part of what keeps your customer risk profiles up to date and accurate. And so get credit for that. Put that into your customer due diligence. Say, okay, we've trained our frontline. We've also, and then you can also put in, for identity theft red flags. You are already training your customers on the lookout for identity theft, right? Under FCRA, you have a red flags program. Why don't you incorporate that also into your BSA program? And then you can get credit for the things that they're already doing and some of these other processes.